Our project is an AI that plays a user in Connect 4. Our main motivation was that we wanted to create an AI board game that we could challenge our friends with. Our main two algorithms that we used was Minimax algorithm to help build a tree of the possible moves, and then we used alpha-beta pruning to make it faster and to use less space as we go farther down.
In order to implement our Connect 4, we use what we call the Minimax function. And this works by making a tree of all the possible moves. So each of these nodes represents a possible move that we assign a certain heuristic to based off of how beneficial it is for our computer. So the higher the number, the more beneficial it is for our computer, and the lower the number, the more beneficial it is for the player. So each of these bottom nodes represents a possible board with its given value. And at this next level, we want to select the minimum possible value because this is what the player is probably going to choose. So we assign each of these the minimum value of its possible branching nodes. At the next layer, we select the maximum value because this is what our computer wants to choose. So given these assigned values, we then assign these nodes with the maximum values of its children nodes. We do the same thing for this row, assigning the minimum because it's the turn that the player is going to choose. And then when we get to the top, we select the maximum value, telling us that our next move should be the left move. Our second algorithm is alpha-beta pruning. This works by calculating the possible trees, and then when we come over here, we know that this gives us 3. And then as we calculate this, we realize that this is 6. And we know that this node is going to take the maximum of these two. And the lowest possible maximum is 6, which we know is already smaller than this node. So at this point, we know that we can just not calculate this tree because we already know that our minimax is going to choose this node.
Our program begins by asking if we want to go first or second, and then it asks for a difficulty. And this just determines how far into the future it looks and how deep our minimax tree is. Then you just type the number of the column where you want to place your piece, and Rondo will think and place its counter move. And so far, we haven't been able to beat it on a difficulty of 3 or more, so we think it's pretty good.